This short film is to describe what I'm learning using the value proposition canvas to think about how to develop an offer, a wellbeing offer for people with long-term conditions and carers, based on analysis of what might be of value to them. And it's been developed through my experience working alongside people, supporting people living with dementia and carers, and also this document here, The Road Less Rocky, which is specific to carers of people with dementia and the stages that and what they might be going through, and also my recent experience working alongside a family. So if we start over here, so this section here is called the customer jobs, and it's really what does the person need to do when they've either discovered they've got a diagnosis themselves or they're supporting a loved one. So my understanding is what people need is information about their condition and what it will mean for their life, emotionally coming to terms with their diagnosis or condition and the implications of this, how to share this information with family, friends, and negotiate what support they might need, how to navigate the world of health and care, who does what, how to navigate appointments and assessments, understand what they might be eligible for, particularly in relation to finance and benefits, and problem solving the day-to-day issues arising from their condition and knowing what might happen in the future. And this section here is called what are the pains, what are the pain points that people are likely to experience. And this might be not sure who can help with what, and it all feels really confusing. So much time getting to different appointments in different places, lots of different people in appointments, and it doesn't feel joined up. Focus on my diagnosis and condition, not what matters to me. Not always feeling part of the decisions being made about my life and my care. Feeling isolated and alone in managing all of this, and not sure how to get help with the small practical difficulties that they face. And over here is what are the gains? What is it that people might want to experience instead of that? So I think people want somebody who feels in their corner, somebody who listens to them and also believes in them and the possibilities and is there for them. Essentially somebody who can be hopeful with them in their situation. That helps them focus on what matters to them, what they want to change, and focus on their priorities so they feel more in control, is able to deliver practical help. For example, assessing and ordering equipment, arranging support, making things happen, instead of this separation of assessment and then referral on for support. Exploring creative options with you, for example, technology, equipment and community resources, helps the person think about sharing information and asking for help for friends and family, helping navigate appointments and options, and supports the person to be centre of decision making and know what is happening and available in my community that could help. So the whole asset-based community agenda. So this is what we are wanting to explore more and deliver. And this is how we think we can deliver what's called pain relievers, specifically in relation to the pain that people might be experiencing. So we want to be able to gather and curate information that the person needs in the way that they need it at the time that they need it. So really being able to supply people with timely information in the way that makes sense to them. Being able to connect people with both peers so you can have conversations based on a shared experience and what's available locally in the community. Somebody who can help communicate and bring together friends, family and resources, inspired by the way that Community Circles works, helping navigate the system, knowing who does what to expect from people, what's available and possible, and managing expectations around that. Delivers and does tasks, makes them happen, not just giving advice and not just doing assessments, and problem solves and delivers support. So it can do the assessment but also deliver and explores innovative solutions together. And the products and services in relation to this, I think what is absolutely critical here is it's one person. So there's no handoffs, that this person sticks to the people like glue, and they turn up on a regular basis in a reliable fashion, for example, once a month or more often if that's important. That they take time to listen to what matters to the person, that they come to the individual or the family and they have a strength or asset-based focus all the time. Listens to the person, what's working and not working right now from different perspectives and what they want to prioritise, what they want to change. Finds the information they need about the condition and the implications and delivers this information in a way that works for the person. supports the person to navigate health and care, and helps with shared decision making, and can come with you to appointments if necessary. So helps the person when they're in discussions or in appointments with health professionals know what they can expect professionals to do in terms of shared decision making, and know a sort of advocacy role there as well. Makes things happen. So for example, can assess for a rail around the toilet and make sure it's delivered and make sure it's fitted. So do those really, really practical things rather than handing on to other people. Are resourceful, using the creative process that we call the support sequence to look at where tech can help, where equipment might be able to help, where community assets can be used, and help with sharing information and mobilising support from family, friends, and with community like community circles, but also recognising the opportunities and challenges of family members living far away, and how to support family members to make the best contribution they can make, and support them with anxiety that they might be experiencing too. So here, what do we hope people will gain from that? Well, most importantly, that people won't feel alone, that they'll feel supported and listened to, that they can focus on what matters to them and their well-being, either as a carer or an individual. That people can feel supported to make the changes that they want to make, the ones that they feel that are critical. Introduced to technology and equipment that really, really helps, and the cutting edge stuff, so they're not having to research it themselves. They can rely on somebody telling them what's new and what's available and what's possible. That they feel more powerful and in control, part of decisions about their health and their life. And they have hope that even though it's challenging ahead, that they know they've got resources and support from friends and families and from this individual. And know that there's somebody there with all the information they need in a way, and supporting people to have that in a way that makes sense to them and makes them feel confident. And then at the bottom here are all the roles that are currently trying to do this in different silos in the health and social care system that would be replaced by this. So social prescribing, where GPs or others suggest what might be useful for people in the community. I believe this new role can do that. Not only that can they indicate what might be useful in the way social prescribing does, they can actually support people to get there and follow up and see how it goes. Information and advice services, again, this role can curate the information that the person needs and present it to them in a timely way, in a way that makes sense to them. It would replace the need for a community navigator, because this role would know the local community and know what's available and know how to find things out as well. It would replace the care navigator or the support broker role, because again, they'd be able to support the person to understand what's going on in the system and when they're eligible for things and how to make that happen. That this role would be based on figuring out what matters to people and what good support looks like. And as the person's situation changes and if they become eligible for care and support, that they can bring this information together into the format of a care and support plan. So this is developed on an ongoing basis rather than a one-off. That this role would be a qualified trusted assessor, so could do the jobs of identifying and assessing for equipment and delivering those. They would be the persons, be able to advocate, support the person to advocate on their own behalf and bringing other people if necessary. They would be delivering conversations 1, 2 and 3 from the 3 conversations process that's being used in lots of social work. And they would also deliver the role that the Age UK has developed called personal independence coordinators, i.e. supporting people to be as independent as possible, would also be fundamentally part of this role. So this is part of how we see the future. If we're able to develop this role in the way that we are hoping to, they would be part of a wellbeing team, and therefore as people needed more support, they could seamlessly introduce people into the person's life and choose the support workers who would work with them and make sure that was coordinated seamlessly too, and bringing in as much support as people needed and could do so right to the end of their lives, hopefully supporting people to die well at home as well.